What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Pastry Beer Podcast. And I'm your host, Winston Murdoch. So today we have Chef Ricardo Allen. How you doing, Ricardo?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Good.
What's up, man? How is everything?
Everything is good so far, apart from the pandemic, you know. So
yeah, the pandemic is going on crazy. And just to let you know, my listeners, Ricardo is in Dubai, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what time is it over there in Dubai?
No, it's now 9 o'clock here.
9 o'clock in the morning.
In the morning, yeah.
Oh man, now it's like, what time is it? 12:58 in Florida. That's a big difference. That's like probably 8 hours, somewhere around there.
Probably 8 hours, yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, Ricardo. So thank you for coming on, and I've been trying to get on with you for a long time. But finally we're here, and we're gonna have a brilliant and beautiful conversation. I don't know, man. Dubai is one of them countries that I have on my bucket list. It's one of them places that I have to go to before I die. What's it like living over there in Dubai?
Well, it's just normal here. You know? It's apart from the heat. Well, yeah. Everything else is just normal. You know?
Really?
So it's just like living in America.
The funny thing is, they make it seem like it's so flashy and everything is expensive, and you're thinking that living there is going to be like super expensive, and it's difficult. Is it that expensive to live over there?
No, it's not that expensive, but the rent is kind of expensive here.
Right,
but it's not overall expensive to live here, actually.
Oh, okay. So like food cost is expensive, or it's like cheap to buy food?
It's not that expensive here with food. Food is not that expensive. Depends on where you shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have like cheaper places to go?
No, if you go to the big supermarkets like Carrefour and these places, then it's good.
Yeah. Oh man, whenever I Google stuff, I was supposed to come there last year, but I never got around to it. But every time I Google it, man, everything is flashy. It don't seem like there's no regular type of people living there. It seems like they almost market Dubai like Miami. You know what I mean? It's like a party and flashy things. And because when you're in Miami, it's pretty much like that. Like everybody down there have a Ferrari. That's what they make it seem like. But it's really not like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you see, it's the same thing here. You see, like you see on the TV, everybody here is rich. It's not like that.
It's not like that.
Nah.
Oh man. So we got to talk about this because a lot of people may not know this. You are actually from Jamaica.
Yeah. So
how does Ricardo get from Jamaica to Dubai? Or you know what? Let's not start there. Let's talk about how you got into the culinary field, because you're a chef over there, and you've been a chef for how long?
Yeah, I've been a chef for 12 years now.
12 years?
Yeah.
Oh man, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so how you got started? What made you decide that you wanted to become a chef?
Well, actually, it's actually my family tree. My grandma is a chef. All my uncles are chefs.
Right.
Yeah, and my mom is actually a cook as well. So, it's actually in my blood. It was definitely what this was gonna happen. Yeah, because I've been learning this thing from a tender age, you understand? So, it's always been a passion. But before I went into the culinary field, actually, I was actually making furniture in Jamaica.
Oh, you was a carpenter?
Yeah. So I used to make furniture.
Oh, that means you're super creative then. That's why you be doing them fruit and vegetable carving and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Right. So you went to a culinary school, or was it just like a self-taught thing?
Well, first I went to art, and then I did the CIA level 1.
Right.
Actually, so other than that, everything else is self-taught. Right.
And listeners, if you ever have a second, you can. We're gonna post his Instagram, but you should take a look at some of these dishes that he's done. And me and Ricardo, I think I met Ricardo 2012, 2011, somewhere around there, or 2013. I can't remember.
Somewhere.
Right. And you have evolved into a level where you know what I mean, I personally can compare you to the best that I've seen so far. You know, like you can, the way you're doing your dishes is way different from what most of the average Jamaicans are doing. You know what I mean? It's like it's on another level. And I saw like you're using local stuff like the curry goat. I saw you did a dish with the curry goat the other day, and I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? You make it look elegant, and that's the type of stuff I like doing. You know what I mean? So what's like one of the things that motivates you or give you that drive to keep elevating yourself?
Yeah, because all right, look, for me, Jamaican food is it's a food that is most talked about in the entire world. You understand?
Right.
And everybody can relate to Jamaican cuisine.
Right.
Because I went to Iran actually.
Oh, you was in Iran?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, so you know what? So after you talk about this, we're going to talk about Iran, okay? So you said the food is most popular in the world because you know, not to cut you off or anything, but I think that a lot of Jamaicans don't realize how popular the food is. You know what I mean? I think because, you know, they're in Jamaica or let's say Caribbean. Well, we speak for Jamaica. They don't understand that the food is reaching way further than they can imagine. Because think about it. You're in Dubai. They have Jamaican restaurants down there, right?
Oh, yeah. It's about 7 Jamaican restaurants.
And people are actually buying the food other than Jamaicans.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So you say, I want people to get that. I want people to understand that this food is evolving. And one of the interesting things about food culture is people want authentic food. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are not trying to get this average fast food that everybody's eating, burgers, hot dogs. People sometimes, that's why the Michelin star restaurants are making so much money, because they're doing authentic food from whatever cuisine they're from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So after you how did you get to Dubai? Because I didn't even know you was in Iran. I mean, sorry, not Dubai. How did you get to Iran?
Well, actually, with Iran, I was the executive chef for Trident Hotel, yeah?
Right, and that's Trident Hotel in Portland.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was there doing my thing, and then I got a call that they needed an executive sous chef. Yeah, right. Executive sous chef for a restaurant in Iran. Right. It's actually a Mediterranean restaurant that they needed a chef for. And I said, okay. Sent in my application and everything, and then they called me and said, hey, you need to get here.
Really?
We need you immediately, yeah.
Wow. So what time frame was this like? Like what was the time that it took for the phone call to putting your application to getting there?
It took me like a week.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm talking about. I can tell that you're not afraid to make moves in your life. You know what I mean? And sometimes the biggest opportunities come randomly, and sometimes they're way farther than what we can see. You know what I mean? Like for instance, you're in Jamaica, you're working. I know you was in a good job because I know the property. That property only caters to like celebrities. You're working at this property, right? And you get a phone call for a better opportunity to expand on what you know, and you take that. You know, a lot of people would think about that. First of all, Iran, Iraq. Nobody wants to go there because they're going to think all violence, right?
Yeah, but
did you experience anything?
No, it's like normal, you know. It's only, but the only thing is about the rules there and stuff like, you know, as you know, you can't have a woman there unless you're married.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I bet you didn't last long.
Man, I'm telling you, you know, we're Jamaican, so.
Don't be stereotyping right now. Oh my God! So you cannot have a girlfriend at all?
No, you can't have a girlfriend there unless if you're willing to get married, then she'll introduce you to her family, and you have to have a friend. Actually, you have to have a friend to come with you to give you away to the family and all of these crap.
Oh, so let me ask you a question. How you know all of these things? You try to get a girl over there?
No, I had a friend that actually is a Jamaican as well. So he actually got married to an Iranian. Yeah. Really? Yeah. I went to his engagement party. I was the one that gave him away and all these things.
What are you not saying? So let me break it down. So you meet the girl, you like the girl, you're dating the girl for a little bit. in order for y'all to get serious, she has to bring you to her parents.
Oh yeah.
And then after, so how does the engagement part work?
The engagement part comes in when you have to actually get an apartment, right?
Appointment?
An apartment.
Oh, apartment. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the family has to see that you actually have something in the country.
Oh,
and then
okay.
If the family likes you, then they will say, okay, look, you have to become a Muslim. Yeah, so you have to do your circumcision. If you're not circumcised, then you have to.
Oh, they do all of that?
Oh yeah.
That is some serious stuff. Oh, okay, continue. And then after, if you're not circumcised, you got to get circumcised. You got to get an apartment. And then what else?
You have to get into the culture and the religion. So you have to become a full-on Muslim.
Full Muslim.
Yeah, then you can get engaged, and then from there you can get married.
Wow. So you giving away? I didn't understand the part that you said you had to give your friend away. Why you had to do that?
Yeah, because all right, look, it's either your friend, your close friend, or you have to have your mom or your dad there.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. That makes sense.
So I would be acting as on his father's behalf.
Ah, wow. And he's still living there?
Yeah, he's still there now.
Wow. So you was working in the Mediterranean restaurant in Iran.
Yeah.
And so what was that vibe like? Like the kitchen setup and the food? What type of, like, some of the dishes that you would make would be what?
Well, for me, I as you know me already, I create my dishes.
Right.
So I look for things that Iranian like. You know,
right.
They have a thing they call the rice cake. So we do a shishnik rice cake.
Shishnik rice cake.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and when you say rice cake, just for our listeners, because some people may think the rice cake, which is made from Rice Krispie, we're not talking about that, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
So the rice cake is actually what? How do you make a rice cake?
So the rice cake is just basically you cook some rice. So but you have to cook it the Iranian way, right? So you have the Iranian way. So basically they boil the rice in large amount of water.
Yeah.
And then strain the water off the rice, and then mix the saffron in.
Oh.
Yeah. So you mix the saffron.
So the rice is cooked in a lot of liquid, and then the water is thrown off.
Really? Yeah. So you can't cook the rice fully.
So they don't cook the rice like how typical people cook rice, where you boil it in the amount of water that it needs, and by the time it gets to that stage where it cooks, the water already evaporated. That's not the way they do it.
No. The only
and it's soft?
They do one rice like that, which they call it homo sabzi.
Homo sabzi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning today. Yeah, so the rice cake is made from the rice that you said. You boil it in a lot of water. Once the rice is cooked, then you strain the water off, and then you fold the saffron in.
Yeah, the saffron with eggs and yogurt.
Oh, that sounds good, man.
Oh, it's good.
Really? And then how does a cake part come in? Did you like set it and then cut it out?
No, we have small pots. So we have portion size pots. So you put the rice in, then hollow the middle up, and then put the shishnik in. Shishnik means lamb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you put the lamb meat inside, the deboned lamb meat, you put that inside, and cover it. Put it in the oven so it cooks. When it bakes in the oven, the outside is crispy.
Oh.
So, yeah, so when you cut into that now, it's just nice crispiness with lamb.
So it's almost like when you're back home in Jamaica and you burn the rice and then you got that nice char. Because
you see that burnt part of the rice that we in Jamaica we always throw away.
Right.
That's like a delicacy there.
You know the funny thing about that? I'm the place that I'm working right now. They do a lot of different cuisines, and I've seen them do something like that where they actually cook the rice for it to burn, and then they serve it. And I'm like, what? They gonna serve that? it is a good flavor, because when I was young, that's what I used to love to eat. I used to like, we have rice and peas on Sunday, and then on Monday you have that, leftovers. You're gonna have the leftovers on Monday. So sometimes the bottom of the pot is what's left, and you got to get it. You know what I mean? And that was beautiful. So I can't imagine having like a saffron flavored rice, and that must be super creamy with the. You said Greek? Is it yogurt? You said?
Yeah, yogurt. Yeah.
Man, that's interesting, man. So how was it for you to like blend in the environment, coming from Jamaica, because you're coming from you came straight from Jamaica.
Yeah.
So was it like a culture shock for you?
No, it wasn't like a culture shock for me, but when I get there, it was like, because we were the only 3 black guys there in the entire place.
Right.
So when I go to the mall, if I want to go to the mall for 5 minutes, I have to leave like 3 hours before, because I'm going to spend 2 hours in the mall taking photos.
Oh, okay. So it's like an excursion. You just trying to bask and take in as much as you can.
No, I'm not taking photos. People are taking photos with me.
Oh, are you serious?
Oh man, everybody thinks I'm a celebrity.
Why is that though? Is it because you're black? Is it what is it?
Because I'm black, and
right.
The only time they see actually black men is footballers or some form of movie star,
Oh, so they see you and people thinking, oh, you must be a celebrity to be over here, because ain't no way a black man gonna just pop up like that.
Oh yeah. And then when they come in the restaurants and they see you, like they're like, oh man, because our restaurant was actually the best in the entire Iran.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a really fine dine.
Really, really fine dine.
Oh man, I'm really learning a lot today, because I did not know you was in Iran. Like, when we spoke, I think the last time we spoke, you was in Jamaica, and the next thing I know, you was in Dubai. You know what I mean? And then I was like, okay, so let's move on now from Dubai. You moved from Dubai. Did you go back to Jamaica and then go to from Iran? So you moved from Iran. Did you go back to Jamaica and then go to Dubai, or was it like a transition from Iran?
No, actually, when I was leaving Iran, actually I had a gig in Turkey. So I had a 4-month gig in Turkey. So I took it, did 4 months in Turkey, set up a restaurant for some people, wrote the menu and stuff. And then leave from Turkey to Iran, to Dubai.
So let's backtrack a little bit, because this is interesting. I'm learning as we go on. So Turkey, never been there before. What was that like living there? What, for the 4 months you was there, what was that like culture-wise?
Turkey culture-wise is more free.
Right.
Yeah, so it's also a Muslim country, but it's more free.
Okay, so that means you can move around. You can find a girl over there. You don't have to be married.
Yeah, you can move freely. It's more free.
Right. Okay, so the restaurant that you work with is similar, is a Mediterranean restaurant?
Yeah, it's also a Mediterranean restaurant.
Okay.
So they heard about me from Iran, so they wanted me to do something similar for them. So created a menu for them, and then I went there and did it. Everyone liked it and stuff. So because everywhere I go, what I try to do is I try to adapt the flavors that they like and create from it.
So when are you using like the local ingredients?
Yeah, straight local ingredients.
How do you? Now this may sound crazy to you, but I want to know, how does a Jamaican chef know all the ingredients there? Are you just going there and going to the markets? Or you have an idea of what the cuisine is about?
So what I did was just to study a little about the cuisine to find out what it's like.
Yeah.
So what I do is to find out what the cuisine is like, what the flavors are like. So what I do is go to local restaurants, like really local street restaurants, because that's where you find the real authentic flavors. Right? So that's where I went to these local restaurants, and I questioned the chefs, spoke to these old people, find out what the cuisine is like, get some food,
and then you can put a match of, because once you understand the flavor, most countries have almost the same proteins. They may taste a little different depending on the region that you have. Because I recently learned from a Italian chef that the chicken that we eat, like they're normally, the feathers are white, but it's a part of Italy that these chickens are from. And then they clone those chickens and bring them, you know what I mean? And it made it into some, because those are the best chickens to eat in the world.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. I don't remember the name of it. I'm really bad with that type of stuff. But it was really, because when we growing up in Jamaica, we know like the chickens down there, right? Brown feathers. And we don't have the white feather chicken down there. You know what I mean?
Unless it's machine, like
right. The genetically modified ones. And those are, that's like I'm saying, those were created from like different strands or different type of chicken, and that's how they came up with that version with the white feathers. You know what I mean? But the original one, if you Google it, you realize they're from Italy, a portion of Italy. That's where it's from. You know what I mean? So, like you said, once you understand the meat, the proteins that they eat, then you can just pretty much play around with like the spices and the herbs. And it, like for me as a chef, whenever I go in the kitchen, it don't matter where I go. All I got to do is smell something, see something, or taste something. And those three things, and I can make a dish. You know what I mean? I can go in the kitchen and I can smell some herbs, or I see some like a fruit, or you know what I mean? And I smell a fruit, and I can come up with a dish right away. So are you one of them people that work the same, or does it take like a more intricate detail, like you got to sit down and write down?
No. For me, it's just about, I just need to smell it, taste it, and see it. Just like,
so it's similar, right?
I'm a very fast learner.
Right. And I think that's a good attribute for a chef. I think, because I realize that some people nowadays, they are more driven from the internet. So like if you tell them to make something, they gonna go, let's say if you tell them make a Turkish dish, they go online and they look it up and they just make exactly what's on there. The recipe is gonna be exactly the same. You know what I mean? But like, for instance, sometimes I do make stuff that I've never made before, and I Google a recipe, but I'm gonna add my own twist to it, because if I taste it and it's not to my palate, then I'm gonna add whatever my senses tell me to add. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
That's, as a chef, that's how you need to cook. You understand? You can't just take something from a cookbook and do the exact same thing as that chef.
Right.
So that means you're just, it's not
replicating.
You cooking, it's the other chef cooking.
Right. And recipes are guides, man. You don't have to follow everything on a recipe. So if somebody write a recipe 10 years ago and they give it to you, you don't have to follow everything. You can add, if they don't put salt in there, you could put salt in there, you know what I mean? And make it your own, you know? You can add one ingredient to a recipe and make your own recipe, you know?
That's true.
You know what I mean? So let me ask you, what's like one of the things that, first I got to ask you this. How did you work up the courage to just get up and leave Jamaica to go to somewhere that you've never been before? You don't have no friends or family. How did you do that?
Well, see, as a chef, what I've learned as a chef is that you can't stay in one country and actually learn everything that you need to learn.
Right.
As a chef, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at all the great chefs in the world, they all travel. And that's how they learn about different cuisine, and that's how they can relate. They can relate other cuisine to their cuisine to make it something else. Right.
So it's like an evolution.
Yeah. So if you don't do that as a chef, you're just going to be this laid back person, and you're going
to get comfortable because you're going to master what you know, and then you're not going to know anything more than that.
That's it.
You know what I mean? And that's been something I can attest to, because, growing in this culinary industry, I have pretty much done everything. I've worked in every department, and I realized that I wanted more. I wanted a taste of the world, because I realized this couldn't be it. When I was growing up, I start thinking to myself that this couldn't be it. There got to be more I can get. And when I left Jamaica and I moved overseas, I realized that there was more, and there was way more than I could ever imagine. You know what I mean? The possibilities are endless. I've learned so much in the past 5 years. I think I've evolved way more too, because now I'm exposed to different ingredients. You know what I mean? I mean, like I was telling somebody the other day. Normally, working in the pastry shop for I've been in this industry for about 17 years, 16 years, somewhere around there. And working in the industry, working like in Jamaica, for example, you only getting like white chocolate, dark chocolate, and milk chocolate. That's it. When I came to America, they had caramel chocolate. They have strawberry chocolate. They have almond chocolate. They have, man, dulce de leche chocolate. There's so many flavors. And I'm like, wow, if I was back home, I couldn't know that. I would have never saw that. And even if I read it, I wouldn't have tasted it. I don't know what it tastes like. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that I can attest to. Like I said, it really helps you to grow when you travel. You know what I mean? So that's what you went off when you said you're just gonna get up and leave.
Yeah, that's what I went off for. You know, because I'm in Jamaica. Even before I left Jamaica, as you know, my dishes were a bit more advanced than most chefs in Japan. Well, any other chef in Jamaica. Right. Because a lot of chefs can't relate to what I do.
Right. And they don't understand it.
That's it.
And that's good, man. You know, I used to think I was crazy too. At one point when I used to come up with things in my mind and then people would look at me like, okay, what's that? You know what I mean? And then I realized now I found myself to a level where I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. Like, I'm about to do some stuff and I know people are not gonna understand it, but I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Because I'm about to change the game completely. You know what I mean? I'm really about to change the game. And when you're a trendsetter, that's what you have to deal with. You know, you're gonna have to disrupt the thing, and people are gonna get upset, and people are not gonna understand it. But it's fine, you know. Eventually, they're gonna catch up. You know what I mean? So I really, you know, love the fact that you're not a coward, because I feel like people who are cowards or people who are afraid are the ones that get left behind all the time. Just think about the opportunity right now. You've worked in countries that some people even working on cruise ships will never go to. You know what I mean? You've worked in Turkey. You've worked in Iran. Man, let me tell you something. If you move to America, your salary is going to be so big because you have that experience that they're looking for. You know what I mean? That hands-on experience. And ain't nothing like hands-on experience. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, but definitely, man, I just wanted to tell you that, like, you know, sometimes we talk, you know, from time to time on Instagram or whatever, but I never got the opportunity to tell you that, man. And I'm really proud of you. I'm really, really happy on your growth, man. And I'm looking forward to the future because I see big things coming for you. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, I'm telling you, I'm working on a lot of stuff right now, man.
Right. Is there anything that you could talk about?
So I'm working on a brand now. We call it RAGGAE EATS brand.
RAGGAE Eats.
It's actually my brand.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm doing now is like I'm building like multiple things. So right. I'm writing a book now as well.
Okay, so let's break it down. So RAGGAE EATS, what is RAGGAE EATS, and how did you come up with that name?
So it's just practically so I was playing around with names,
right?
Because I wanted to start a business. So I was playing around with some names, and then when I look at it, I'm like, you know, the food that we have is almost like the music. You understand? So I'm like, okay. So if you fuse the food with the music, you have something way advanced.
Right.
So I just came up with the name RAGGAE EATS.
Right, but so the reggae is from the reggae music, and the eats is just like food.
Is from the food.
Right. Okay, I like it. So that's pretty much telling you exactly what it is. It's authentic Jamaican food. You know what I mean? Reggae, because reggae is the only country that does reggae for me is Jamaica. It don't matter if somebody's doing it in Europe or Trinidad and Tobago. It don't matter. It's still from Jamaica. There's no way you can deny that. You know what I mean? So you came up with the name RAGGAE EATS, and you was, is it like a beverage company, or are you doing private chef, or are you doing consulting? What is the plan?
Now I'm working on a few things. So first I'm working on juices.
Right.
So we're doing juices now. So the juices are out there now. So we're doing juices now. So we do natural juices, punches, stuff like that.
So the punches, for the listeners that don't know, what we call a punch like a smoothie. Yeah. So it's like a milk-based smoothie. Oh, you're not doing milk. Is it milk?
Yeah, I'm actually putting milk inside. So I use milk, cashew nuts, peanuts, chia seeds, dates, so stuff like that. It's a very healthier.
Right. Because I realize that now everybody's going healthy. You know what I mean? And like people are substituting sugar and gluten. You know what I mean? And most people are trying to cut back on the meat and all of that. Yeah. So I think that's a good venture into a direction. And I'm not sure what the market's like in Dubai. What you think? Is there a demand for the Jamaican cuisine there?
Yeah, there is a demand for the Jamaican cuisine here, but you have to actually put yourself out there. You understand?
Okay, so you have to get your brand up, your name out there first. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else you got? You said you had a book, and I'm guessing this book is about Jamaican food too.
Oh yeah, it's about modern Jamaican food, because a lot of people don't think that when you talk about Jamaican food, it's just like jerk chicken and you just chop up the jerk chicken, throw it on the plate and stuff like that. Right. So the book is to reveal and to show people that look, Jamaican cuisine is coming from a very, very far place. Right. And if you actually think about other cuisine like French cuisine, right? Remember, French cuisine wasn't always plated nicely and all of this stuff. So it actually evolved.
Right.
So my book is more of an educational type thing. Well, I give you recipes and I educate people about Jamaican cuisine, where it's coming from. What about jerk? Where jerk comes from? What about touch pan it and all this stuff. You understand? Then I teach him about plating designs and how you can fuse Jamaican cuisine with any cuisine of the world. And it actually fuses. It matches with any cuisine that you can think about.
Right. Because it's pretty simple if you think about it. Majority of the dishes are just like straightforward. I had a podcast about why is Jamaican food so popular, and for me, I based on what I've seen is the flavors that we have are like, I don't think there's nothing else that can compare to it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because and a lot of people only think that Jamaican people only eat spicy food. We don't. We don't only eat jerk chicken, and that's something that we don't eat every day. Like the average household in Jamaica don't eat jerk chicken probably once a week, unless you're buying it at a restaurant, which most people buy fried chicken, curry chicken, brown stew chicken. Those are the popular dishes that you will find somebody eating every day. But the typical stuff that they eat is like canned food, tin mackerel, sardines, salt mackerel, ackee and saltfish. You know what I mean? Ackee and corned pork. You know what I mean? But when you go to like, this is like the newer, like the modern version of Jamaica. Like before, it was mainly like, other stuff, chicken back, you know what I mean? Chicken neck, you know what I mean? Chicken feet. You feel me? You find like my grandmother used to always make cow feet, you know what I mean? Tripe and bean. And I think we should get back to some of those dishes, man. I hope you're doing something like that in your book, because like the people the younger ones growing up now, they don't know nothing about no tripe and bean. You know what I mean?
And they don't know about those stuff, man.
No, they don't. And the food it's like when you go back home now, it's like most of it is Americanized. It's pasta. Yeah. It's burger and pizza and it's like they're losing the authenticity of the food now. You're making somebody say, "Oh, I'm doing something Jamaican," and then you see strawberry on top of it. We're like, wait, come on. You know what I mean?
You need to use up the more the Jamaican flavors. You need to use up the Jamaican ingredients. You understand?
Right.
Because so, for instance, like since I've traveled, I've evolved so much that I take Jamaican food to the highest level that I possibly can think of. So, like for instance, I make a mango cheesecake the other day. Right? I think it's on my Instagram page.
Right.
When I made that mango cheesecake, everyone was like, "Man, how you come up with these stuff?
I saw you did one, not to cut you off, but hold your thought. I saw you did, I don't know what it was, but I don't know if it was a dessert or I don't know if it was like, I don't know. It looked like a candle. What was that?
So that was actually inspired from my travels here to Dubai. So it's actually a karak tea cheesecake. So they have a tea that is famous here in Dubai. They call it karak tea.
Karak
tea, yeah.
Okay.
So I use that flavor from the karak tea because everybody love it so much. And I incorporated it in a cheesecake. And then I pour the cheesecake, so it's a frozen cheesecake, pour it out, made a cylinder, and then made a candle from it.
Listen, I've been baking for a long time, man. And when I saw that, I was like, dog, this, you got something going on, man. And let me tell you something, like, bro, whenever that time, because it's coming, when that door opens, it's going to be on and popping. You feel me? It's going to be on and popping. So you was telling about the mango cheesecake. You said, what happened to it now? Yeah,
so I'm telling them, like, it's stuff I love growing. I love these mango flavor growing up. It's something that growing up, I eat this thing like every day, man. So I just made something that like I can relate to.
Right.
And it was the most selling dish in the entire restaurant. People just come for the mango cheesecake.
Wow. Man, listen, man, food is one of the beautiful things, the beautiful things. And I love the fact that we can take simple ingredients and turn it into something remarkable. You know what I mean? Like I've seen you do fruit and vegetable carving, and you take a basic watermelon and you carve it into flowers, and I'm like, you writing names on there. Like, where did you learn to do fruit and vegetable carving? And
so like, fruit and vegetable carving for me was self-taught.
Oh, nobody taught you how to do that?
No one taught me how to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just get up one day and say, okay, I'm gonna learn to fruit and vegetable carve.
Yeah, just get up one day and say, okay, I have to learn to do this thing. Right. Because everybody is doing it. And I'm like, man, I see people do this thing and I can't do it. I need to learn to do this. I can't have any weakness right now. So I just started carving.
Right. So you just got some tools, and you probably didn't have the regular tools at first, but I know you probably got them, a whole carving set. A paring knife. Because I saw you had a picture that you posted the other day that it seemed like you was teaching a bunch of people how to carve.
Yeah, I have a class here actually that I do fruit and vegetable carving classes. So.
Oh yeah? And this is for like regular people or like corporate people?
No, just regular people.
Okay, so anybody could just sign up for your classes and get to learn.
Yeah, anybody can sign up for my classes.
So what are the other things? Are you doing like private chefs over there too?
Yeah, I'm doing RAGGAE Eats. It's the same brand. Right. So I'm doing private dinners. So people call me and say, "Oh, okay, we need a private chef to come in and do a dinner for us." So I just go give them a Michelin star experience.
Right.
You understand? So now I'm actually creating an app for that as well.
Okay. Oh man, I love it, man. I love the work that you're doing. So if somebody want to find you right now and book you, let's say they're vegetarian, you can prepare a meal for vegetarians.
Oh yeah, I have an entire section for vegetarian. Trust me.
Okay. That's good. Because, like I'm saying, we want to promote you and your brand as much as possible, and I'm gonna do as much as I can to help in whatever way I can, because we have to help each other to get to that next level. You know what I mean?
That's
and
true.
based on how you're the things that you're doing, like I'm telling you, man, like big things is coming, man. You know what I mean? Big things is really coming. And what else do you have under your RAGGAE Eats brand other than the private dinner, the book, the products? Is that it?
So that's not actually it, because what I'm trying to do now is actually we're trying to build a restaurant as well under this brand. Right. So the restaurant part of it is not up and running as yet. But yeah, I'm actually looking into it. So because the restaurant I want to do is like a Michelin star standard Jamaican restaurant.
Mm-hmm. So you're going all the way with this Jamaican thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to ask you, so what other plans do you have for like the next 5 years? Like, where, if you could see yourself in the next 5 years, where are you seeing yourself? What are you seeing yourself doing?
All right, in the next 5 years, I see myself getting a Michelin star for Jamaican cuisine.
Right.
So that's how far I want to push myself. And I want to push the Jamaican cuisine.
Right. So you just want to get a Michelin star, and that would be like one of your major goals. And if you could get a Michelin star, what would be your next move after that?
So my next move after that, if I get a Michelin star, is to build more restaurants like what I have, and to teach other Jamaican chefs how to actually get their creative, get to think creative. You understand?
Right. So pretty much like some philanthropy. You'd go into like the school section now and try to teach.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's something that I'm interested in doing too. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm also writing a book. You know what I mean? And it's the same concept. We're going to talk more after we get off, because I don't want, I'm still in the preliminary stages of just, starting to get things together and whatnot. But I am seeing in another 5 years, I'm predicting that the culinary aspect of Jamaica is going to evolve. Yeah. And it's going to evolve because there are a couple of things that's coming. You know what I mean? There's a couple of changes that's coming in the world, but the people sometimes can't see it. You know what I mean? And sometimes when you're on the outside looking and you can see what's going to happen when I see it. That's why I'm telling you this, that, some great things is coming, man. You know what I mean? The world is evolving every day. Private chef is one of the biggest market to jump on right now. If you want to make quick money, get into private chef. And I'm telling everybody who's listening, if you're a chef, you have to start doing private chef. There's Airbnb everywhere. And if you can find a way, this is an idea. This is something that I was doing. I'm actually doing that in Miami. There's like millions of Airbnb throughout the world. There's already a platform. And on Airbnb, you can find, there's like an experience section where people can, when they book a room, they can book an experience. If you can create a brand of private dining, people sometimes want to have that at least once for the whole time they're traveling. You know what I mean? They want to have somebody just come, cook the food of wherever they're from, and they ain't got to deal with nothing. Not everybody want to cook for themselves, and not everybody want to go out and eat. You know what I mean? So based on my experience, a lot of people, when they travel, at least one day, they would love to just stay home and have somebody come and, wine and dine them. So I feel like everybody should get into private chef. Private cooking is very, very, very important. You know what I mean? But I want us to play a game. We're going to play just a simple game. Okay? So we're going to do like a couple of questions. I'm going to do 30 seconds on my phone, right? Let me get my stopwatch up. We're going to put 30 seconds on the phone. Go. And I'm going to name an ingredient and you tell me a dish. And whatever you want to, if you want to create, if it's something that exists already, you can do that. So remember, I'm going to give you a name of an ingredient.
Okay.
So let's say I'm going to say pistachio, and you just tell me a dish. If it don't have to be like pistachio with white rice and this and that. Just that's like a main thing I would put on a dish. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So 30 seconds. First thing, chicken.
Chicken. So chicken roll.
Duck.
Duck at the creek.
Oh man, I don't know what that is. Ricotta.
Ricotta.
Yeah.
Soursop.
Yeah, so that's like a cheesecake. Okay. Oatmeal.
Yeah. Cookie.
No. Pork.
Hickory smoked pork.
Okay. Banana.
Banana panna cotta.
All right, we passed 30 seconds, but let's go. I want to ask you a couple more questions now to test your knowledge a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the first question I'm gonna ask you: how many eggs make a flat? When they give you a whole tray of eggs?
Yeah.
How many eggs?
You can use 1 egg to make 1 flat.
No. You know them cardboard flats that come with like a certain amount of eggs in them?
Yeah.
How many eggs are in one of those?
So it's 30 eggs in one.
Yes, sir. That's 30. My next question is, how do you make duck confit?
Duck confit is made just basically duck fat.
Right.
You use the flavors that you want in the duck fat. So
Mm-hmm.
you can use carrots, you can use bay leaf, thyme, some garlic and onions in there. Then you immerse the duck legs.
Mm-hmm.
Then you low heat and just allow it to cook in the duck fat.
Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, so what is the main ingredient in hash brown?
Main ingredient in hash brown, potatoes.
Ooh. Okay. I don't know if you're gonna know this one, but what country is roti from?
Roti, India.
Yeah. But if you're in the Caribbean, what country would that be?
Jamaica.
No. Well, I don't know. But mostly roti's Trinidad.
Yeah, because they do the bust up short roti and all.
Yeah, and I forgot. Man, they got some names for them thing over there. What else? I'm not gonna ask you that much, but thank you, man. That's the end of the game. I really appreciate that. I like to play different games, just to make it a little bit interesting, because sometimes you want to teach people a little bit while we're talking. You know what I mean? I don't want it to just be, constant conversation. I want to, switch it up a little bit. But Ricardo, again, thank you for being a part of this thing. I've been dying to have a conversation with you because I feel like your story needs to be told. I want people to understand that you can chase your dream. You know what I mean? You cannot limit yourself. You can't be afraid, because fear holds us back. Fear is the biggest thing where people lose in life. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And because whenever you're afraid, you cannot make conscious and wise decision. You know what I mean? And you have to take chances. I took a chance and I never regret it. You know what I mean? And I know you took a big chance. Is there anything else you want to say before we go?
It's just
like, you want people to start following you, or let's say people coming to Dubai. How can they get to you? Like, how can they find you if they want to try some of your food?
If you want to try my food, you just look me up on Instagram, Chef Allen 7.
Chef Allen 7.
Yeah, Chef Allen 7.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can email me from there. You can go on my website, send me a message.
Right. And they can book you from there too, right?
Yeah, you can book me from there as well.
Okay. Beautiful. So again, this is the Pastry Beer podcast. I'm Winston Murdoch, and this is Ricardo Allen, and thank you for watching.
All right, peace out, bro.
Pastry Beer TV. Big up.